Right. Well, we're going to get ourselves situated and wait for everyone to get here, and then we will start. Okay. I see a couple people popping in. We're going to get started here in a few minutes, guys. I'm just going to put my phone right there, and then when it's time for demo, I'll just move it. Hey, Brandy. Get that all set up. And I want to grab a couple things. Hi, Blanche. Hey, Paula. Sorry, we're running a couple minutes late getting in here. The software is new for us, so kind of having to learn it as we go. We'll wait for a few more people, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. This is being recorded, so if you have to leave, then it's very easy to watch later on. So, hey, Joan. This is our monthly flash sale, Friday flash sale. And I have some deals for you guys. And I've got a demo for you, too. Hey, Chris. I want to grab a couple of other things, so hang on. How many people we got, Rick?
18. 24.
Yeah, just getting ready to get started. I wanted to grab a couple of things. Well, there's no way for me to know what box contains what I'm looking for. Looks like I will get it right. Wow, I hit the mother load now. I found what I was looking for. I can't believe it. I got all these boxes. And I actually found what I was looking for in the second box. Believe it or not. Okay, I gotta get myself situated here. Alrighty, so it looks like we have like 28 people here. Sorry, guys. I am trying to grab some things to show you. Oh, such cool, exciting things. I love new tools, which I call toys. They're toys for big people. But hi, how is everybody today? Thank you for joining us for our monthly flash sale. I'm a little out of sorts right now. I don't have the laptop set up because I forgot to bring it today, which is normally what I would do. Is I'd be talking to you on the laptop, and then I have my iPhone set up to do the demo. So because I don't have that, I'm just doing this on my iPhone. Rick is on the other computer there. If you have any questions or comments, Rick can share those with me. He'll also be sharing with you the link to the flash sale. But let's see. The first thing is I want to show you a demo. I am just covered in this styrofoam stuff in these boxes I'm just opening. Oh, wait till you guys see what I'm opening. I'm going to flip out. But it's just full of this nasty styrofoam
Out either.
crap. And
Let it out, it just comes back.
it's like growing on me. I was covered in it earlier after one box, and I have like a lot of boxes to open. Anyhow, so I want to do a demo for you, and I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. What demo am I going to do? Rick's like combing my hair, and it really feels nice. He should do this like all the time. So I really went back and forth on what I was going to do for a demo, and even asked you guys what you would like to see. And it's not because I don't have ideas. The problem is I have too many ideas. So it's hard sometimes to narrow it down to what I'm going to do for a demo. So many of you saw the video that I posted here. It's got to be about a month ago on the coiled copper bracelet. Okay. That video has absolutely taken off. It's phenomenal how that video has taken off. I did show this in the colony, but this is a variation on that bracelet. And this one uses 2 coils. This one uses 3. And I did a clasp on this one as opposed to just being a cuff. Okay. So I did a clasp on that one. I was working on another one for a video tutorial, one with the 3 coils. And there was one thing that I found extremely frustrating, and that was getting the coils spaced so they fit in together. So I'll show you for an example. I've got a couple of scraps here. So this is a coil, and let me get that split apart there. So you got to get it split just right, and then you got to get the other one, and then you have to, like, intersperse them so they fit between each other. And I found with 2 coils it wasn't so bad. With 3 coils it became very frustrating. So yesterday while I was working on that, it just, like I said, I was frustrated. And in the evening I was thinking a lot about weaving and how this is similar like to weaving. So if you know anything about loom weaving, the strings in there are called the weft, and the shuttle that goes back and forth is called the warp. And I'm like, there's got to be a way to take the concept of weaving and apply it to wire. So I came in early this morning and I whipped up this little jig here. And all it is a board with a bunch of nails sticking up. I stopped at the hardware store on my way in, and I grabbed this Wire Brad's little box of nails, 1.5 inch long nails. And I pounded them through. I started out with a different one and then it didn't work. And so I did this. I pounded them through so the heads are on the bottom and it's pointing, the tips are pointing upwards. And then I filed these so they're not as sharp. So I want to show you how this is going to make making that bracelet a ton easier. It will be shown in the new tutorial when the tutorial comes out. And I'm not going to show you the entire bracelet because that's not really the purpose of the demo here. Just want to show you something that is going to make it really quick and really easy for you to do. I mean, you can get a board and you can pound a bunch of nails through it. Okay, so let me get this set up here. And we will do a demo. Sorry for all the mistakes here today for me not having my laptop. All right, Rick, can you see everything, Rick?
Yes.
Okay, you can see the board. Can you see the board?
Yeah, but it's blocked by something now.
It's blocked by something?
Something in the way.
I'm not sure what's in the way. Oh, how about if I did that? Duh. I'm used to being able to flip the camera and it won't let me flip the camera. Okay. I gotta cancel that. Okay, so there we go. Get this set up here so you guys can see everything nice and clear. Okay, so here's the board that I was telling you that I made. Just a bunch of nails pounded into this piece of 1/4 inch board. So with this particular bracelet, it requires 3 coils. The center coil was wrapped on an 8mm mandrel, and the 2 outer coils are wrapped on a 6mm mandrel. Okay, everything is annealed before it is coiled. Then I annealed it again before I spread it out. Okay, so this is how this works. These little nails are, I'm going to go from this side, are spaced. So really can only kind of fit one in there. So I'm going to put the coils in and it allows me to space everything really well. And you have to kind of fiddle and fuss with it. You know, this may not end up looking the way it looks right now tomorrow. You know, that's kind of the way prototyping is you've got to try something, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, then you go back to the drawing board. So this is really just kind of a prototype. So anyhow, I've got my first coil in there, and to keep it from popping back out again, I'm going to insert, this is 12 gauge copper wire. Oh, let me back up a second. This is 18 gauge copper wire, okay? I'm going to slide this in. You still can see everything okay, Rick? I'm not going out of camera, am I?
Yep, you can see.
Okay. So now that piece isn't going to come out. It's locked in there. So I'm going to put in my next coil. And this is great because this doohickey thing here that I have made allows me to have like 2 extra hands. Okay, so let me turn it. See if I can turn it to the side. I'm now going to slip the next coil over top of the first one. Well, interlock it with the first one. Okay, then I am going to take, this is 16, is this 16? I'm trying to think of what I've got here, 16 gauge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the small one to the big one. Okay, so I'm going to insert my wire. See, it falls out. That's why you've got to do the wires on the inside for a couple of reasons, but one is definitely it's going to help hold everything while you're weaving is what you're doing. Okay, so now you got the big one, and we got the first small one. So we're going to flip it, and now I am going to put the next one in. So what I want to do is I need for this to come up a little bit because I want to slip my next coil down in there. So I'm bringing that up a little bit. And I'm slipping my next coil in down in there. Now, if you don't anneal the second time, you're going to find that the wire is so springy that when you push it in, it doesn't want to stay. It's just going to bounce right back out again. And then, you're ending up fighting it. So I found that it's best to anneal again. Okay. So to keep it from popping out while I'm working on it, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other side. All right. I'm going to start feeding that in there. And we're just going to push it in and feed the wire through, and that will capture both coils, lock them together. I just started this, guys, today, so, if there's a flaw, well, so be it. If you want to do this yourself, you want to make one of these little jigs here, and you find a better way to do it, oh my gosh, by all means, please share. So just continue to push it in there, lock the coils, and then forward the wire to keep the coils together. Okay. This is so much easier than trying to fiddly fart around doing the same thing without the jig. Ask me how I know. Okay, we're almost there. I know I'm going to get the question, how long is that board? It's about 12.5 by 2, 12.5 inches long by 2 inches wide. Just push that down in there. Okay, so I've got all of them locked in there now. I actually need a few more nails, but I ran out of nails. I used everything that was in the box. Okay. So now the next thing you need to do is you need to put another wire on the outside of either of the outside coils, either of the small coils. And the reason for that is when you go to do this bracelet and you start to compress everything, if you don't have a wire inside, it's going to cause the coils to collapse completely, and they just get squished and they don't look right. So I'm using 16 gauge straight wires and 18 gauge for the coils, but you can do whatever you want. If you want thicker wires for the interior, there's no hard and fast rule. That's the way art is. There's no hard and fast rule. Okay. So you're going to have 5 wires in here. Now the center one, I did use a heavier wire for the center, for the larger of the 3 coils. Remember, I said the middle coil was wrapped on an 8mm mandrel, and these outer ones were wrapped on 6mm mandrels. Okay, so you've got it all weaved in there now. So now it's just a matter of pulling it off of, I'm going to call this a wire loom. You could do this with the two coils just as easily. Okay. So now this is ready to anneal and get it all really nice and tight and compressed and all the good stuff that I showed you in the last tutorial. I know I probably got a few mistakes in there as to, you know, weaving it in and getting it right. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of, you know, how super easy building a jig like this is, to make this type of coil bracelet making way easier for you to do. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is what it ends up like. This one was just polished bright and shiny. This one here built the same way. These were not made with the jig. This one had patina added to it. Okay, so are there any questions? Anything you guys didn't see? Anything that wasn't clear enough? So at this point, I would anneal all of this and it wouldn't be springy anymore. It would, you know, really compress down like it's supposed to be compressed down. You can put another wire. See, I've got that big wire through there. You can put another one on the opposite side, but I chose not to do it because I didn't care for the way it looked. This bracelet actually started out that way. Let's see if I can show it to you. Hopefully you can see there's a wire going through the center there, but there's not a wire going through the center there. So it started out where there was a wire on both sides. When I formed the bracelet, I didn't like the wire there, but it's necessary to have at least one. So you may like seeing that center wire in there, especially if you use some decorative wire. That could actually look really cool, but I did not do a center wire on the top of the bracelet. So you don't have to. Again, you know, it's all about your creativity and what you like and you know, what works for you. Okay. No questions?
They posted one.
I can't see.
How close are the nails?
The nails, these nails are, I think they were 1.5 millimeters. It's going to depend. It's going to depend on what you buy partially. So these nails are 1.5 millimeters in thickness. So my holes, I determined I was going to use the thicker of the wire. The thickest wire I was using for the bracelets, not the internal wire, because that's straight, but the coiled wires. The thickest one I was using was 16 gauge. So I needed to have space between here to fit a 16 gauge. Anything thinner than that is fine, but it needed to at least be able to fit a 16 gauge wire in there. So I determined through some trial and error that the hole spacing should be, let me just grab something to show you. These should be 1.5. Is that what I did? No, these were 2 millimeters apart. The hole spacing is 2 millimeters apart. And that gives enough room for the 16 gauge wire to go in there. And there has to be just a little bit more room. It has to have like some wiggle room there. And you'll figure it out when you go to do your coil for the first time. And you kind of start by, don't like try and press it like this. That it didn't tend to work for me. I started on one end and then just kind of like tipped it and just pressed down as I went like that. if the space between the nails is exactly the size of the 16 gauge wire, you're not going to have any wiggle room to come in at an angle. Okay. So through my trial and error this morning, I found that fit the best.
Did you drill first?
I actually use a laser to do the holes in mine, but well, yeah, you have to drill before you can put the nails in. You can put nails in without drilling holes, but you tend to split the wood. So I would say, unless you have a laser, you're going to have to do this drilling. And, most of you guys know what it's like to have a drill press. You're just going to, put down a millimeter ruler and mark the wood all the way along. Punch it with, oops, sorry about that. Punch it so you get a divot.
Question.
And then you can drill your holes. Yes.
How do you finish off the ends to make the clasp with the excess and wires?
That is something I am not going to discuss in the demo because that is a much more complicated discussion than I want to get into with this. It'll be in the video. You're going to use the wires that go through the center, and those are going to become your clasps. Okay. And I will, like I said, in the video, I show you everything, how to do everything. Yes.
Do you plan to make and sell this loom?
We didn't take the bet, did we?
Yeah, we did. It was me. And what is it made out of?
This is just a piece of 1/4-inch Baltic birch. You can make it out of anything you can stick nails into. It didn't take me that long. Obviously, with a laser, it's much faster, but you guys can make this, Hey, I'm more than willing to sell you stuff, but if I make it, you're going to pay for it. And if you make it, it's just going down to the store and buying yourself a bunch of nails and getting a scrap of wood and, pounding nails in a scrap of wood. I first started out doing it this way. This wasn't long enough. And I put the nails in that way. Well, I found out real quick, you can't lift this off with the nail heads there. So you have to put the nails in from the bottom to the top. It's easy. It's really easy, guys. I know you guys can make these. I expect to see them too. I expect to see everybody make these. But anyhow, it's a possibility that we'll do it. But I'll tell you right straight out, I ain't pounding the nails in for you. If we make them, I'll give you the materials and you pound the nails in yourself. The holes will be there. And you just got to put the nails in yourself. And I was thinking if we did do this, I would make this to where it would fold up so you could store it away. It would be like 2 pieces and it would fold up. But at this point, that's kind of like not here nor there because I haven't decided. I haven't decided if this is the final design. And, I just made this today. So I want to see what you guys do. All right, let me turn the camera back. All right. Okay, so were there any more questions on the demo that I can answer for you? The copper wire, I get it from Amazon from a company called Remington Industries. They're pretty good prices. I got a bunch in here. I got some other smaller wires for some other ideas I got brewing in my head. But anyhow, that's where I've gotten all my wire from so far. It was Remington Industries. You can buy directly off of their website, but I've been getting their stuff off of Amazon.
Would acrylic work for the loom?
Sure, anything you can stick nails into. Anything you stick nails into. An idea that I had would be an adjustable loom. So, you know, if my ideas continue to develop, which they tend to do, I might need to make this adjustable spacing. So one thing that I made here some time back was some scrap acrylic that I found in my father's garage. I made this burr holder, and it's got a solid bottom, and this part is full of holes and holds all of my burrs. So I kind of thought too, if I ever need to do this and make this adjustable, I would make it like this and then have pegs that you could put all the way around and do whatever you need to do. Some suggested glue wood to the bottom. Yes, actually, I would have done that. I would have done that with the wood, but I didn't have the time today. And I also made the holes smaller than the nail, so they're not coming out. I mean, they're in there. They're not coming out. And the size of the hole, I set my laser to cut a 1.2 millimeter hole. So I don't know what exactly that comes to in drill bit like fractions, but it really just depends on the nails you get. So there's that. But yes, you could put another board on the bottom. But I have a feeling, just like every prototype of everything I've ever made, it won't look like this in the end. So I just did it today. Okay, is that it for questions on the bracelet? The video tutorial should be out sometime next week on how to do the triple strand bracelet with the clasp. And you can take any of the ideas that I give you and, you know, morph them into your own thing. The next time I make one of these, I'm going to do just a single clasp instead of a double. I'm still working it out in my head how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do that. Things change as we progress and we learn and we grow and all that stuff. Any more questions? If there are no more questions, we will talk about the flash sale. Actually, before the flash sale, I want to show you guys something. This is so awesome. So you guys who have been with us for a long time might remember a couple of years ago, Rick and I were supposed to go to the MJS a show in New York City. It's a trade show for people in the jewelry industry. And as we all know, COVID hit and everything got shut down. So the trip got canceled because the show got canceled. One of the manufacturer of our Bender products was going to be at the show, and he had already sent all of his samples to the Javits Center in New York, where he was going to put them on display. And since that didn't happen, he contacted us and said, would you be interested in buying all of the show samples? It would be more economical for us to buy them than it would be for him to have to pay to ship them back. So we did. And there were a lot of like disc cutters and things. A lot of you might remember it. And we sold a lot of that stuff to you guys. Made really good prices and a discount. So here we are now, 2 years later. The show just finished last week. Rick and I just didn't have the time to go to the show, but our supplier was there again, and he actually was able to do the show this year. I offered to purchase his stuff again. If he was willing to sell it, I offered to purchase the entire lot, which ended up being 440 pounds of lovely tools. So one of the things that our Bender manufacturer started making, which they did not have 2 years ago, is rolling mill plates. He tells me, I just got the packages today, so I only opened like 2 of them. He tells me there's 185 rolling mill plates in here. So let's look at them. I want to look at them, and I thought maybe I would share with you guys too. And we will be offering a lot of this stuff for sale. Rick and I were actually talking about what would be a fair way to offer this stuff for sale to you guys, just because it's like it's one of everything. These are just samples that show the type of work that they produce. And so there's like one of everything. So how do we make it fair when there's only one? There's only one of this rolling mill plate. You know, there's only one impression die. So we kind of threw around some ideas. And then I was thinking earlier too, Rick, maybe we could do like a lottery type of drawing. And then, you know, whoever gets chosen in the lottery gets first dibs. There's a lot of stuff here, guys. There's 440 pounds. So it's not like, you know, well, if you didn't get this rolling mill plate, you might get a different one. So anyhow, I'm going to show you some of these rolling mill plates. This is my first time looking at them too. This is awesome. What a great set of bracelets this would make. This is awesome. These are nice plates too. Like I said, they didn't used to make rolling mill plates. This is something new for them. These are nice. And the impression of the patterns are deep. These are not shallow at all. So my seasoned rolling mill brain says these would really roll out gorgeous. This is awesome. How awesome is that? I don't know. I'm going to sell these to you guys. I'm going to keep them all for myself. It's like a basket weave. Cool as that. These are great plates. 185 plates. These are steel. A lot of the cheaper foreign ones are made out of brass. And if you've ever used any brass rolling mill plates, and I have some, they tend to split over time. These are steel. This is phenomenal. I love this. Carol is correct. It is high relief. These are beautiful, beautiful plates. This kind of reminds me of like flames. Oh, this is like bamboo. I think it's supposed to be like bamboo. Oh, let's see what else. I have so many boxes to go through. It's a geometric pattern. Can you guys see okay with the plastic on? They're kind of greasy on the inside. They always put this grease on them so they don't rust. So if you can see them okay with the plastic on, I would prefer to not have to take the plastic off. This is awesome. I know, Darlene, I was saying myself to Todd earlier, it's like Christmas. Ooh, check this one out. It's like spider web. How cool would this be to do like a bracelet and then, you know, like solder on little spiders? How cool would that be? I know a lot of people don't like spiders, but for some reason they want spider jewelry. People are like that with snakes too. Not me. I don't like snakes. I don't want snakes on my jewelry. There's a nice geometric. You know, I have to say that I am really, really, really impressed with these rolling mill plates. The other thing to tell you is I'm showing you all these things, and these are like one of. But these things are all available to us as a company to purchase from this supplier. So if you guys see something and it becomes really wildly popular, you know, we can buy these from our supplier and sell them to you guys. So, like I said, they make our benders. They make lots of things. They're one of the biggest manufacturers in India. This is awesome. I got to pull this one out. How awesome is this? God, these are beautiful. I will have to let him know how really, really, really pleased I am with the rolling mill plates. These are honestly, and I've seen a lot of rolling mill plates. I mean, we've produced rolling mill plates ourselves. These are honestly some of the best quality rolling mill plates I have ever seen. These are neat. These would be neat for like bracelet tops or pendants. Guys want to see more? Yes, buy them if the price is right. I would have to, talk to him and find out what prices are on any of these things. And we could always, if you guys really like this stuff, and, I probably will put up these and take a vote, which ones are the most popular, and then we could bring those in. Some of you are like, well, that's not fair because I don't have a rolling mill and I can't use those. Yes, you can. You don't have to have a rolling mill to use one of these plates. You like copper, for example, you would anneal your copper, you would tape it on here, and then using a hammer, you would hammer the metal. And it will take up the impression that's on there. Okay. If you want to see more, I'll show you more. This is cool. I am seeing these for the first time myself, guys. This reminds me of 1970s wallpaper. It's like a retro flower. Vicki would like this one, Todd, because they're like daisies.
Oh boy, don't show her.
Yeah. All right, Vicki, if you're watching, don't look at this one. Does Vicki ever watch?
Yeah, try to.
Vicki does watch. Todd's girlfriend. I can't think of what this thing is called. Let me pull this one out. If anybody knows what this figure is, maybe they can chime in because I can't think of it off the top of my head. I got this grease on them. Guys, these are beautiful plates. I've bought plates from Rio Grande. I've bought plates from other suppliers in India. I've made my own plates. I've bought Oregon Trail plates. She makes gorgeous plates, by the way. Oregon Trail. She makes really nice plates too. But these are honestly like the best plates I've ever seen. Does anybody know what that figure is? Can't think of what it is. But that's really cool. Oops. Which side is up? Oh, I think this is a flower. I think this is a flower. Copelli, that's what it is. I knew it. Yeah, that's what this one is.
Awesome.
Here's another neat floral. So as I go through the boxes over the next week or so, I will be sharing in the colony.
What size are the plates?
I'll tell you real quick. They are 6 they're just over 6 by 2.5. So they're good size plates. They're good full size plates. This is neat. I like this one. Wait till you see this next one. Ooh, this is really pretty. I have to pull out the good ones. The super good ones. Oh, I could definitely see myself using this. How gorgeous is that? And like these are nice and shiny and polished and stuff too. And I've gotten like some cheaper plates from overseas that weren't nearly as nicely finished as these are. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This one reminds me of like movie reels. I want to say, I don't know. I don't know what these are. Maybe somebody else can chime in what they think that is. There's another kind of a basket weave design. This is great geometric. I'm really into geometrics. I love geometric patterns. Plaid is like my favorite. Just love plaid. All right, this is the last one I'm gonna show you guys, and then we got to talk about this. Last one I'm gonna show you. This one, these are dark. Not that it matters, because it doesn't matter if they're dark or light, but I'm not sure. Maybe the metal is different, and it's got so much grease on it, and it's dark that it's hard to see. I'm just thinking it's a different type of metal, or maybe this probably has changed color due to heat treatment. Actually, come to think about it, heat treating will do that. Yeah, these are all, and these look thinner. Oh yeah, these are different size too. These are 2 inches. These are 2 inches by just shy of 6 inches. So these are a little different. Still great patterns. Probably a little more difficult to see because they're dark. I would say just like really quick from my looking at things, I like the other ones better. And these are nice too. Don't get me wrong. It's not that there's anything wrong with these. I guess I just like the patterns better than the others. Sorry, some of these are so stuffed with the grease that it's not easy for me to just pop them out. So I'm just going to finish up with this box. I doubt this is 185, so I'm sure there's more hiding in another box. I've got like 14 boxes to go through. It's like Christmas. And the relief on these is not as deep. Okay. So that's the difference I'm seeing. Now here we're back to the other size, the first size. This is pretty. Okay, so that's that. I just wanted to give you guys like a little sneak peek of my Christmas. My Christmas in March. I know the stuff is awful. I hate this. Styrofoam. Styrofoam's been outlawed in New York. Just like everything else. Okay, so flash sale. So, like I said, I debated back and forth what we were going to do for a demo today, and I ended up changing it. But I'm going to still sell you the items that were scheduled to be sold with the demo that I had. But I'm just going to save the demo for another time. So this is a bunch of things that you would use for polishing and finishing. Okay. So we got tumbling media. This is the high-low media. If you've not tried the high-low media, it gives a satiny finish. This is great for when you're doing patina. And we have the stainless steel jeweler's shot. Okay. If you watch any of my videos, you know how I feel about the brass brush. And then we have the wool polishing wheels for the mini grinder. We've got fiber polishing wheels. Those come in 2, 6, and 12 packs. Our jeweler's rouge. I've got white, red, and we have the new black. The black is more aggressive. I have Renwax. This jar will probably last longer than you. It reminds me kind of like, it's like Vaseline. It's thicker than Vaseline, and then it's white and opaque. But all you're going to do is just rub your finger across the top, and then rub your finger across the top of your metal, and then buff it. And you can do that 2, 3, 4 times to get more coats on it. So it's similar to like polishing your car. This stuff will last you forever when you're using it on your jewelry. Pro polish pads. I've got a video coming out very shortly on liver of sulfur. And if you want to do some patina and you want to get some great effects, these are great for removing liver of sulfur on the high areas of patterns. I'm sorry, did you say something, Rick?
Patina.
Patina. Rick loves the word patina. And then we have the abrasive buffs. And I have this is a brass wheel for rotary tools. And then I have the rubber bullets and the 920 polishing compound. So these products here are for polishing and finishing, and they are all on sale. And I'm trying to remember what I put them on sale for. I don't remember. Rick's going to share the link to the flash sale page on the website. You're going to order directly off of the website. Yep. Rick's going to share that with you right now. We also, I don't have one with me, but we also have benders on sale. And is that the right message? Holy cow, that made just a really huge link, didn't it? We also have benders, $25 off. And if you know us, we don't put benders on sale, on a real frequent basis as far as like money off goes. Sometimes we throw in some extras, but we don't often put them on discount. So the flash sale is good until 11:59 p.m. tonight. So get what you want, get what you need. And as always, we have free stuff that we throw in with flash sale purchases. Anything you purchase flash sale wise, we have something free. And I don't know what it is, but we'll give it to you. When you get something in your box and you're like, I didn't order this. Well, that was a gift from us. And let's see. Oh, and we always have prizes. So what we'll do is after we go off the air and sometime later today, I'll post it. We're going to give away prizes to 3 people that joined us today. 3 people at random will win one of the items that we have available for today's flash sale.
Question.
How much
stock do you need for a 3-pound tumbler?
So for a 3-pound tumbler, which, like, for example, my Durable is a 3-pound tumbler. This is what I do. I put in 2 pounds of shot, up to 20 rings or bracelet sections, enough water to cover everything by about 1/2 inch, and 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of 920 polishing compound, and let her rip. Hour to 3 hours overnight, depending on how much polishing you need to do. But 2 pounds. You want to get 2 pounds of stainless steel jeweler's mix. And that is one of our flash sale items today. Any more questions? Nope. Okay. If there is anything that I didn't answer today, you know, and if you are a member of our Silver Ridge Jewelry Artist Colony, which I see most of you are, please post questions in the colony. I'll be happy to answer any of those questions for you. If you are not a member of our Silver Ridge Jewelry Artist Colony and you would like to be, you can search for us on Facebook and search for Flat Wearable Artist Colony. You'll find us, request membership. You must answer the questions or you won't get in. So if you are one of those people and you're with us today and you're like, I have applied for membership and I never got it, that's probably because you didn't answer the questions. So we've got it set up to, if you don't answer the questions, then it automatically just eliminates your request. So anyhow, that's it for now. Next month is a very, very special month for us at Flat Wearable. It is our anniversary, and we are celebrating 9 years in business next month. And it was 8 years ago that we opened our retail store. So we are going to have a big anniversary sale. So in lieu of Friday flash sale, sometime next month, I don't have a date for you yet, we're going to have our big anniversary sale. And I have some of the most amazing prizes to give away during that sale. You are not going to believe some of the prizes that we have. Some very nice high-end goodies. So you do not have to make a purchase, but we always welcome you to make a purchase anytime you want. We're willing to take the money right out of your hands if you would like. So unless there are any other questions, we will bid adieu, and we will see you again sometime in April for our big anniversary, 9th anniversary sale. We love and appreciate you guys, and we will see you again very soon. Bye-bye. Oh, man.